With the PSP being released back almost 20 years ago at this point, it was amazing to see all the ports that came out on the system. But believe it or not, there are still ports coming out to this very day. And in this video, we're going to check out some ports that are still being ported to the PSP. Now, these are mainly fan-made ports and things like that, but they run insane. So we're going to check them out, have a look and see what they have to offer. So let's get into the video. So first up on the list, we have Cuphead. Now, this game took the world by storm back in 2017. One of the main things that really made this special was its art style. It had that 1930s animation art style, and it's just absolutely incredible. So this game was actually ported to the PSP, and I use that term very loosely because it's only kind of like the first level and there's only 2 bosses, but it's still pretty incredible to look at. This game isn't an official release, and it was created by a studio called MDHR. I really can't stress this enough. This is a fan-made project port of the game, and to be fair, they've done a fantastic job, and it's well worth just kind of having a little mess about with. I absolutely would love to get this game, the full port of this game on the PSP. So here's to hoping. But if you do want to check this out, it is available over on GitHub. So go check it out. Play it for yourself. See what you think. If you're into games like Contra, Gunstar Heroes, or even Metal Slug, you're going to absolutely love it. If you like what you're seeing on the channel, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know down in the comments below if you enjoy these sorts of videos, because these are a lot of fun to make. Anyways, let's get back to the video. Spelunky is a really popular 2D platform game with roguelike elements. The PSP port is the full version of the game, which is absolutely incredible. This particular game always reminded me of Indiana Jones, because you have to explore caves filled with treasures, traps, and enemies. This homebrew project is definitely incredible to see running on the PSP. It is a lot of fun, and it is the full game. It is roguelike, so you go around and you got to explore and save people and blow things up. You can definitely sink quite a few hours into this game without even thinking about it. It's just a lot of fun. Again, this was a game that was actually around when the PSP was out and available, so I don't really know why this game never really got ported to the system, but either way, I'm glad that it's ported to the system now. The controls for this game are also very similar to the original, so anyone that has played this game before should not have a problem playing this port. Even though this game isn't graphically intensive either, it still looks really good on the PSP. The colors are really vibrant and everything just looks really smooth when it's running on the system. Either way, I'd say if you're going to play any port on the PSP, this is definitely up there for one of the ones you should try. Plants vs. Zombies is a really popular tower defense video game that was released back in 2009. Again, another game that was released during the life cycle of the PSP that never got ported over to it. I still don't know why a lot of these games weren't ported at the time, but again, it's able to showcase what the PSP was capable of even back when it first released. This to me was always one of those games where it's easy to play but hard to master. So this game is pretty straightforward. The idea is that you are a bunch of plants and you've got to stop a load of zombies coming and taking over your home. You achieve this by strategically planting various types of plants that have different defensive capabilities to stop the zombies from taking over your home. Just like in the original, the levels as you go on get harder and harder and require a lot more strategy to be able to defeat the zombies. This version, unlike the original, only has the one mode, which is just the core of the game. Even so, what more do you really need? This is a fantastic port you should definitely check out on your PSP. Next up is Among Us. Now, this game was a bit of a joke, to be honest with you. When I saw it had been ported to the PSP, I had to go check it out because I was thinking to myself, well, how do you play this game on the PSP? This is one of those online service games. How do you actually achieve playing this game on the PSP? And the truth of it is, this homebrew is probably very early in development because there is not a whole bunch going on with this game. It is basically just you and the map, and even the map is a bit basic. You can't do any of the tasks like in the original game. It's pretty impressive to see running on the PSP, but at the same time it feels like it's just been made as a bit of fun, not really to be played as a game. If you could link up with your friends on this though, I could imagine it being quite cool, but I don't really see how they're going to achieve that on the PSP. And finally, we have Jelly Car. Now, this isn't the game that eventually ended up on PSN as a mini. This is the earlier homebrew release of the game. This is one of those really silly releases that just had me in stitches when I was playing through it. So the idea is you play as this car, and there are physics puzzles where you can make your car bigger or smaller to get over the obstacles. There were over 20 different levels to this game, and there were a lot of challenges to be had. One of the biggest challenges that I actually had though was trying to actually get it to run. The game gives you two perspectives, one from really far away and one from really close up. Now the close up one for some reason didn't want to work for me, but the one from far away did, so I tried it out that way. And to be fair, this game is absolutely hysterical. I mean, I just couldn't help but laugh when playing it. It's just such a ridiculous concept. But you know what? I miss games like this, especially on the PSP. There were a lot of minis that were actually released back when it originally came out, and they were just fun. They were just silly little games worth playing. You don't really see that too much anymore, so do yourself a favor and check this out for what it is. And there we have it. We have some more PSP ports. Now these things are incredible when you think about it, really. These are modern day games running on the PSP. Even though some of them aren't complete, it's still incredible to be able to see what they're still achieving with the PSP. It really was a system that was ahead of its time. Either way, I hope you really enjoyed this video. Let us know down in the comments below what you thought of this video and what you think of some of these ports. Will you be trying them out? Anyways, I will definitely be catching you on the next one. So thanks everyone for watching, and we'll see you later.